When is a ship a boat? And for that matter, a boat a ship? Originally, when sails were the peak of cruising technology, to be classified as a ship, the vessel must have at least 3 masts with the sails arranged with square rigging and with the bowsprit. I'll explain what all this means, but you'll need to bear with me as there is basically a whole new language for ships and all their components. Let's start with the basics. A water vessel has 4 sides. There is bow at the front and stern at the back. When facing the front of the vessel, there is a starboard on the right and port on the left. If for some odd reason someone explains this to you while facing the stern, then the port is on the left and starboard is on the right. In summary, it doesn't matter which way you are facing, the sides do not change. The word starboard, morphed out of steerboard, originally boats were steered with a large oar that would be on one side. As most people are right-handed, the most common place would be on the right, so one could sit to the left side and steer with their right hand. As the steering oars became larger, they would interfere if the vessel went into port. So the left-hand side was adapted to deal with offloading and unloading people and cargo and etc. These names have stuck throughout history regardless of the changing of the steering mechanism and its location. Back to the ship definition. If you draw a line between the bow and the stern, square rigging means that sails are square or perpendicular to that line. This arrangement of sails used to be popular in the days of when pirates roamed the 7 seas, but not so much anymore. Modern sailing ships, boats, or vessels use what is called Fore and Aft Rig. Fore and Aft Rig is a full set of new words to discuss. Like I said, ships basically have their own language. Fore means towards the front of the vessel, remember fore equals forward. Aft is the opposite, towards the stern. These are relative directions, so if you're standing at the stern, basically the whole boat is fore, but if you're standing in the middle, then half the boat is fore and the other half is aft. So fore and aft rigs are sails arranged along the line from the bow to the stern. The most common arrangement of sails today is the Bermuda Rig, which is a fore and aft rig. A Bermuda sail is attached to the mast with its lower side attached to a boom. The sail runs aft of the mast. Now, strictly speaking, the sail doesn't need to be fully attached to either the mast or the boom, but normally is attached for the full length of its sides. The Bermuda sail may also be called the mainsail, as normally it's the most important sail on the boat. The Bermuda rig is normally paired with a second sail at the front of the boat called a jib. A jib is a triangular sail that flies fore of the mast and is attached to the mast and to the front of the vessel. On a vessel with only one jib, typically the sail is made larger and the third corner is attached after the mast. This means that the jib and the mainsail overlap. In this case, this is called a genoa jib. This arrangement is typically what you'll see today on modern sailed boats. 1 mast, 1 Bermuda sail, and 1 genoa jib. The jib sail is where we get the phrase, "I like the cut of your jib." Jib sails are flown at the front of the vessel, so based on the shape and number of jibs, one will be able to identify an approaching ship. If you didn't like the jibs of the approaching ship, it could mean an unfriendly ship that you're about to enter into a heated passing with. Another requirement for a ship was to have a bowsprit. This is a pole extending out forwards from the vessel's bow. Typically it is used as anchor points for sails like jibs, and on special occasions it can even feature a figurehead. So where were we? I've explained the locations of the boat, the most common setup for the sails in modern sailboats, and what square rigging means. Ah, yes, the difference between a ship and a boat. Like I said, a ship used to technically need to have at least 3 masts arranged with square rigging and a bowsprit. What does this mean in short? Well, a ship is a large ocean-going vessel, while a boat should be reserved for a smaller vessel. The main question is, how big does a boat need to be a ship? And vice versa. People have tried to define this in a number of ways. The most common saying is that a ship can carry a boat, but a boat cannot carry a ship. My personal favourite definition, though, is that if you call a boat and the captain gets offended, then most likely you are on a ship. I suggest you try this method out to work out what's a boat and what's a ship. Just be careful, as you may find out what man overboard means rather quickly. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. All the terms about boats was really vast, and it was like stepping into a whole new world trying to understand them all. If you enjoyed this video and made it this far, hit that like button. Leave a comment on what you think classifies as a ship versus a boat. And mostly, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.